policy of the 4th District Court to allow reasonable use of audio and video recording. To allow reasonable use of audio and video recording. Thank you. It says right at the beginning that you allow the use of reasonable audio and video recording. Is the judge who made this order present?
No, this is for the whole 4th Judicial District.
Okay, so I know I can't remember a name for 10 seconds, but it's on the recording. It's fine.
Yeah, stop recording in here though.
I'm not in here, and I'm not.
You're filming in here.
And it says right there that because the Supreme Court has ruled that you have to allow reasonable recording. Well, the reason that it says reasonable is because it's unreasonable to restrict the press. Not only that, it's unconstitutional, it's unlawful, and it's been ruled on again and again.
Could I make one more point about? I'm sorry, with respect to the filming police in public places that Your Honor referred to. Those cases have all acknowledged that that right is subject to reasonable restrictions. The First Circuit specifically referred to restrictions that could be
but the restriction here is you can do it if we let you, and you can't if we don't. That's the restriction.
Yes, the restriction is that it has to be.
Is that a reasonable restriction? But
Hey, what's up, guys? It's James Freeman. Out here at the city of Orem in Orem, Utah. Here's the neighborhood preservation truck. Public safety volunteer. Got all the volunteer vehicles over here. They've already sent a memo out to every police department in the area, possibly in all of Utah, I'm not sure. So they know I'm here. That's what happens when I live stream. I'll be open. I'm just gonna drop in real quick and get right back out. Traffic school. Got all the patches right there from different departments. I'm good, thanks. Just getting pictures of those patches. Whole bunch of different departments. Sheriff, police. Holy smokes. They're on that back one as well, back partition. I need to find City Hall. That's where I really need to go. I bet it's one of these buildings right here. Notice no weapons allowed in the building. This is the 4th District Juvenile Court. City of Orem Justice Court.
How you doing?
Hey, what's up, guys?
You need to take your camera out. You can't film here.
Can't film in here? Oh, is there a judge's order?
Yep, it's actually posted
All
right
right,
here.
thank you. Can I get a shot of it? Is that okay? I won't come past there, just right here. Can I bring it out here to see it then?
Nope, you can't film here, brother.
Well, unless I've been served with the judge's order, it doesn't exist. I would like to be served with it, though.
It's posted online.
I can't see it from here. That's all I want to do is see it. Once I've been served, then it takes effect. If I haven't, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. I'm not going anywhere with it. I'll just do it right here and give it back to you. Fourth District Court to allow reasonable use of audio and video recording in and around the court facilities pursuant to Rule 4-401.02 of Utah Code of Judicial Administration. Sorry, I'm looking at the camera and then back at that. I'm trying to decide where to read from. See if we can get it. All right. In an effort to maintain safety, decorum, and order of common areas of the courthouse, such as lobbies, corridors, audio and video recording is restricted in designated areas. Restricted areas include clerical workstations and other areas where court staff are providing assistance to members of the public. Security workstations, offices, and prisoner transport areas. Other areas are designated at respective courthouses. And this is signed by David and Mortensen, presiding district judge. This is General Order number 0715, policy on audio, video use in restricted common areas in and around court facilities. All right, so let's break this down a little bit. The first sentence says it is the policy of the 4th District Courts to allow reasonable use of audio and video recording in and around court facilities pursuant to Rule 4-401.02. So I went and read this section, and I'm not going to read the whole thing here. I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but basically, in a nutshell, 4-401.02 actually says you can't record anywhere in the courtroom, but that you can't, or in the courthouse even, or in the hallways or corridors or anything, but that you can have an electronic device in the courthouse and that you can even use your electronic device in the courtroom, just not for recording. So the rule doesn't even allow for even any reasonable use of recording. Therefore, the rule violates the First Amendment, but it kind of has to, because the court has secrets that it has to keep. And if we were allowed to record in there, those secrets would get out. It's the policy of the 4th District Court to allow reasonable use of audio and video recording. To allow reasonable use of audio and video recording. Thank you. It says right at the beginning that you allow the use of reasonable audio and video recording. Is the judge who made this order present?
No, this is for the whole 4th Judicial District.
Okay, so I know I can't remember a name for 10 seconds, but it's on the recording. It's fine.
Yeah, stop recording in here though.
I'm not in here, and I'm not.
You're filming
and
in here.
it says right there that because the Supreme Court has ruled that you have to allow reasonable recording. So in that case, I would just need to talk to the judge.
Yeah, clerical workstations and any other work areas where staff are providing assistance, security workstations, that would be
Right.
here. So you can't film here.
Well, the reason that it says reasonable is because it's unreasonable to restrict the press. Not only that, it's unconstitutional, it's unlawful, and it's been ruled on again and again.
Could I make one more point about, I'm sorry, with respect to the filming police in public places that Your Honor referred to, those cases have all acknowledged that that right is subject to reasonable restrictions. The First Circuit specifically referred to restrictions. They could be
But the restriction
pre-existing.
here is you can do it if we let you, and you can't if we don't. That's the restriction.
Yes, the restriction is that it has
Is that
to
a
be.
reasonable restriction by First Amendment, under the First Amendment case law? There's a great deal of discomfort with that kind of totally discretionary decision-making about First Amendment rights.
You're not press.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, I am.
Do you have your credentials?
I don't need to have it. Can you tell me?
Because press are actually allowed greater access.
Interesting. press are actually allowed greater access. Okay, so if I could,
If you actually do have
okay,
press privileges.
so if I can prove to you that I'm press,
No, you
then
don't prove it to me. So there's a form you actually fill out.
oh, so this has nothing to do with reasonable restrictions. It has to do with asking your government for permission to exercise your rights.
And then you request it.
Okay.
And then you approve it. That's
Okay. So in order to exercise the right to free press, I would have to ask for permission for the right. Is kind of how it goes. Okay. Can you tell me which agency in Utah issues press passes?
usually it's the agency you work for.
Exactly.
So it's either the agency you work for, or if you're like an independent
Right.
journalist, you'd have to like probably basically just show where you publish your stuff, or like that you actually do.
Well, actually, what would I would do? Do you have a crayon and paper?
I don't have friends.
Because that's actually literally how you can create a press pass, because there's no agency that creates them or issues them. And so anybody with a camera and a story is press. That's what free press means.
Well,
It-
yes, I mean, yeah.
Trust me, this is what I do for a living. So, and so again, I'm not gonna. You've been great. You're trying to do your job. I get that, and you're not being rude. So I appreciate that.
I'd appreciate it if you at least pointed your camera outside.
If I would what?
At least pointed it outside.
Here, how about if I, since you've been nice, how about if I just turn it around and point it towards me?
That works.
So I got the
Outside.
front camera on. Give me one thing out of
I mean,
whack.
the whole physical apparatus, though.
Oh. But if I can prove that I'm pressed, then I have access to all of the corridors, hallways, and all that stuff, right?
Not necessarily.
For some cases can be
Yeah,
filmed.
because this
Oh,
is,
I understand that.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
also a juvenile court, and so
Yeah.
they're for an extreme level of privacy.
Yeah.
And so with that, if you record anything, we'd actually have to take your equipment and destroy any recordings.
Actually, that would be.
Curiosity, what are you doing?
It's
I'll
because
let,
this is
I'll
juvenile.
let this.
Basically, children under 18, they
Uh-huh.
have an extraordinary level of privacy, and that is out. So
Not in public place. So
this isn't a public place.
it is.
No, this is.
It is absolutely a public place. All the hearings here are
So
public.
just out of curiosity, why are we doing it?
I just like to do tours of government buildings and show people the building itself and the personnel that we're paying for, because this is all ours. It is actually public.
Part of it is, but it is a restricted access building. That's what.
Right,
this whole
right,
thing
right,
is.
right.
And so,
I understand. Yeah.
And so when you say this is a public place, it really it is and it isn't. So you can come, you can sit in on most cases.
Mm-hmm. Can I close this so that we can hear? I'm not going to go any farther than right here, if that's all right.
Can't be filming here, brother. So I mean, if I know that your system's off, then we can turn it off.
I can't. Well, for my safety, I can't ever turn it off. And to me, at this very moment, more importantly, this dialogue needs to be recorded and the information disseminated to the public. All right. I don't want to give it. I'm trying to think of what I'll do from here, though, because I'm not going to mess with you guys. But I'm trying to figure out what I
I
should.
know, but we actually did ask your name. That is one thing that I do have to provide you.
Negative. Utah 77-77-15 says you have to.
I've been doing this for 5 years.
Well, you've been screwed up for 5 years then. Utah 77-77-15 says that you don't have the right to ID me unless you can give reasonable articulable suspicion. Yes, that is exactly what the law states. Reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime committed.
Is you're filming when you can't film.
Well, I'm not, because I'm outside of the building.
No, you're filming in the building. You're filming.
Right, but I'm outside of the building. Okay, I'll just, you know what I'll do then is if I can't film inside, I'll just stand outside and I'll film through the window all day. Have a good one, guys. I did not actually stay there and film through the window like I said I would, simply because I had a lot of other places to get to. They're lucky I had a busy day. So they believe that they can demand ID from anyone at any time. Sorry guys, this was going to end up being another really long video, so we're cutting it here, and part 2 will be coming soon. There's a whole lot more that happened at this location.